Hi everyone, I'm Christy from the Northwest Corner. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be doing a no-bake cookie recipe. They're called preacher cookies. I'm going to do them on the healthier side, but I'll leave the regular recipe down in the description, so that way if any of you want to make these cookies, it'll be there. My husband loves no-bake cookies, and so does my daughter-in-law. We try to cut down on the sugar, though, with his heart issues. So in the recipe, though, you're going to need quick oats, the ones that only take about a minute, sugar, peanut butter, vanilla, salt, butter, and milk. I've got 3 cups of oats already measured out here, and it calls for 2 cups of sugar. Now, in my variation, I'm using monk fruit sweetener, and it needs a half a cup of milk. We're just going to dump everything in there because it's all going to go on the stove to be cooked. A stick of butter. Now, these are similar to the chocolate no-bakes, except we don't use cocoa powder in them. These are more like I guess a peanut butter no-bake would be a better comparison. Need a teaspoon of vanilla, and I use the vanilla bean paste. Comes out pretty slow. Guess maybe I should have tried to measure this out first. And then, oh, come on, there we go. 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And you want the salt, obviously, to, now I can't get this lid moved. Good gracious. I'm having all kinds of problems today. There we go. I'm using Redmond salt. All right. So get all that. We're going to move all this out of the way. And I'm going to put this on the stove, and we'll bring you back as soon as I'm over at the stove. All right, I've got it on the stove. I'm about medium high, and we're just going to let it start to get warm and melt in the butter. Now this is going to take a couple of minutes, but I wanted you to look to see what it looks like in the pan on the stove. It's a easy recipe, and hopefully, like I said, I've never done these with the sugar substitute, but this is one of my husband's favorites and my daughter-in-law's, and I guess I can make them a little bit more healthy, and they can still indulge in something like this that's their favorite, why not, right? It's going to take just a couple minutes, I'm sure, with it melting. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep stirring this to get the butter melted. And when it starts to bubble, I'll bring you back. All right, welcome back. I got this. It's starting to bubble. You just started seeing it. Now it's supposed to boil for 1 minute. So we're going to set a timer and let it do its thing for 1 minute. And then when this gets done boiling, we'll take it off the stove and take it back over to the island, and we'll add the peanut butter, get it all mixed in and melty, and then put it on our oats. And you just want a nice little boil like this. It's not going to scorch. You get it too high and it'll burn that sugar. We don't want to burn our sugar. You don't need to stir it while it's doing this. You're just supposed to let it boil for 1 minute. It's breaking down the crystals from the sugar, and when it does this here. And if you don't do this part, if you don't do that part, then you'll have gritty cookies. All right, we're going to take it off. Stir it up, and then we're going to add our cup of peanut butter right into it. And this is very hot, so just be careful, don't splash or anything. Because sugar, when it burns, is very hot. And we like a lot of peanut butter, so I'm not going to miss any of this peanut butter. I'll try to get it all. All right, so this is what it looks like. We're going to stir this peanut butter in. Get it nice and mixed up. Before it started boiling, you could still hear the crystals from the sugar in it. And now you can't, so that's a good thing. That's what we want. We don't want to have any, sugar crystals. It'll make a gritty cookie. Nobody likes a gritty cookie. Just about got it all mixed in. It smells really good. I'm a peanut butter fan. Anything peanut butter cookies, peanut butter pie. I love peanut butter. Okay. All right, and this is what it looks like. If you take a peek in that bowl, you see it's nice and smooth. Gosh, it smells so good. I could just eat it like that. Get our oats. And then you just dump this right into your oats. And I'm sorry, I'm not very good at putting the bowl towards you guys and scraping it out. I've never been able to do that. All right. That over there. Get my other spatula. Now I'm using a handle on here because it's a metal bowl and it could make it hot. I don't want it to make it hot, so. You want this mixture to kind of soak into the oats a little bit, and it'll get thicker and thicker as it starts to cool, because they're not going to drop well when they're this warm. You can see they're still pretty thin. It's good and mixed though, so. Let it sit just for a second. Move these out of the way. Get my parchment paper for when I start to drop them. As you can tell, as it cools, it's getting a little more solidified. It's not as runny. It's soaked into the oatmeal, which is good because you want to be able to drop the cookies. And you can drop the cookies by spoonfuls, or if you have a cookie scoop. I think I'm going to try the cookie scoop, but it's a smaller scoop. But I think it'd still work. See how now it's starting to hold together? That's what we want. So I'm just gonna drop them like that. You can even push down in the center. That way when you drizzle the chocolate on there, you'll get that chocolate. Now this is supposed to make, like, I think 45 cookies. I'm sure their size is bigger than what I'm dropping, but this way it's portion control for my husband. They smell really good. In the no-bake drop cookies with the chocolate, you use corn syrup in it. That's a lot of sugar. So I'm kind of glad that this one just calls for sugar and not the corn syrup. All right, we got some out. We'll just start with that. And I'm going to melt the chocolate. I got a half a cup of milk chocolate chips and then a tablespoon of butter. We're going to do it in the microwave 30-second increments until it's melted so I can drizzle. While that's in there, we'll drop a few more. And then 30-second increments on this. So you just take it out, kind of stir it, and it'll start to melt. And that butter is gonna be enough like oil for the chocolate chips to not crystallize. And you don't have to put the chocolate on them if you don't want to. But I have a family of chocolate lovers, so we're going to put the chocolate on them. Thank you guys for watching our videos. We really appreciate it. If you could, like this video, leave us a comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell for notifications. We usually try to do at least one video a day, and hopefully y'all are enjoying them. Just takes a minute to get the butter worked in. I used just probably too small of a bowl, but I don't know. And it's very hot. I need a hot pad. Has anybody tried any of the recipes that we've had up? I know I've done several. Is there any ideas? I mean, you guys have any ideas of things that maybe you want to see? You know, I'm up for a challenge. I'll try just about anything once. Trying to do things that are more economical, especially, you know, in today's, with the prices of everything, and it takes a lot to raise a family. You know, we know that. We had 3 boys, and it's not, you know, it hasn't never gotten any easier. So I'm going to pop it in one more time in the microwave, because it's it's not thinning like I want it. And if it's not, we'll just add a little bit more butter and hopefully that'll do the trick. It's not. I don't like using milk chocolate chips just for this reason. I always have trouble getting them to... Yeah, that looks awful. We're going to try something different. Alright, so the milk chocolate one with the butter looked like this. No bueno. This is dark chocolate, 0 sugar chips, and a little bit of oil. That's what you want. You want that shiny chocolate like that. And you just drizzle it on however much you want. Alright. And now you have preacher cookies. All it is, 3 cups of quick oats, 2 cups of sugar, half a cup of milk, stick of butter, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Heat it on the stove until it comes to a boil, and then boil for 1 minute. Take it off. Put your peanut butter in. And then when the peanut butter is all creamy and melted inside of the sugar mixture, dump it in your oats. Keep mixing it and they'll solidify. And then just scoop them out, put your chocolate on them, and you're done. It's a pretty quick recipe. I think the longest thing was the boil, getting it to that point. So I'm going to finish this up real quick and we'll bring you right back. All right, welcome back. I've got the cookies all put out. I left some of them without the chocolate on them because I like them without the chocolate. But it made several. Super easy recipe to make. I'm going to bring my official taste tester in here so he can taste it and tell me what he thinks.
Okay.
Now they're not quite all the way cool, but they're not burning hot.
Okay. Here we go. I can put the whole thing in my mouth, but I'm not going to do it. You need to make this. Really good. Good job. Mm-hmm.
Good.
Make it. You know what you're missing.
All right. Well, we thank you guys for watching this video. We thank you for taking time out and spending, 20, 30 minutes with us every day. We really appreciate it. Again, if you could, like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, share our videos, and leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. We appreciate everything that you guys do for us. Thanks. Y'all have a great day.